What is up, and welcome back to Going Beyond the Castle. I am super excited about tonight's episode because, as you can see, my best friend Jamelle Jones is joining us, but we'll dive into that in a few minutes. Before we do dive in, I just want to give everybody a shout out. Thanks for joining us as we go beyond the castle each and every week. We wouldn't be anywhere near where we are without you guys who join us each and every week. So definitely excited that you guys have joined us. Definitely excited to be here for this episode. And I will turn it over to Miss Ashley, and she'll dive into some announcements because it was a crazy week for Disney and Universal.
Yes,
Yeah,
there was
there's
a
a
lot.
lot that happened. Yeah. Gonna make it short and sweet because we're really looking forward to diving into Jamel and Fred's trip that they took a while ago. So just wanted to touch on the most important thing, which is Muppet Vision 3D has officially closed.
That's
Yeah,
dumb.
not excited. I do think it's cool though that Jim Henson's daughter was the last person in line. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I saw I'm gonna take us off on a rant real quick. I saw a fan theory that really hopes that because eventually Magic Kingdom is going to get Villains Land,
Hmm.
and so the hope is that obviously Rock and Roller Coaster is going to transform into Muppets in 2026, and eventually Villains, whatever that stupid villain show is called, is gonna run its course. And so what they need to do is they really need to
Move
take
it.
Muppets 3D, move it over there, move the fountain there, and let that be a little Muppets area. Like I hope it's true. I mean, it's a fan theory, but it would be super cool to see Muppets take over that area. I mean, they already have the stage seating in there now, so and I mean, I never understood the point of bringing villains to Hollywood studios, but that's
Yeah, I mean, it ties in with Phantasmic to a degree, but other than that, yeah, I agree. There's no real villains
there's
allure
not.
there. Also, a really good fan theory, in my opinion. I think all of that is completely valid. Moving I don't think it'll be Muppet Vision 3D in the
No.
state that it is today. It'll be much more technologically advanced, which will
Oh
not
yeah.
be as great. But
So I'll be
regardless,
opposite. I'll be opposite. I'm like, I don't even think it was that great. But like,
Move you from
I
this
mean,
podcast right now. Where's
I,
the eject button?
yeah, no,
I mean,
I agree with that.
I do love the Muppets, but I'm like, I mean, it was cool, but
It's so
I'm
great.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're really getting booted on the
People are
podcast
losing
now.
their stuff over. Wait, what'd you say?
I said it's well, Ashley and I got to take over after that comment. You can just
No, baby.
go find a new podcast.
Oh, no, I mean, I never say it. I never said that it was like awful. I'm just like it's. I
It was
think
it
some
was
people are
beautiful. It
losing.
was a work of art.
Truly.
Got it.
Especially the queue. Like the waiting videos were super adorable. Like
Yeah.
Statler and
Muppets is
Waldorf.
yes, like the Muppets, all of that. Like it just sucks how much of a decline the Muppets footprint had over the years because like that was a really great store back before they shut it
Mm-hmm.
down. Like
Yeah.
it really was a great area until it's just started to decline. I mean, a lot of people don't know what Muppets are anymore. Like the newer generation coming up wasn't raised on Muppets. Like
Right.
that's just what it comes down to.
At least
Yeah.
we still have them in Flower and Garden Festival. We still
Yeah.
have
Oh,
Piggy
that's true. Yeah.
and Kermit. Yeah. Awesome.
All of this to say that Muppets, as we know, is moving over to Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't even know what that's going to look like, and it terrifies me. I don't even
Yeah.
ride Rock and Roller Coaster for what it's worth. I'm a chicken, you know what? But um, everyone has until the end of this year to get their last ride in on Rock and Roller Coaster because it's going to close at the beginning of 2026 for that refurb to happen.
Man, I guess me and Liv need to take another trip before the end of the
Oh
year.
darn!
Yeah, we
Oh
did do it
no.
in May.
What a
Yeah.
bummer.
We have to go back.
Shucks. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen though. I'm going back in December, but I don't think I'll get her back. But we did ride it in May, and that was
Nice.
our yeah, like last hurrah, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yep,
We
for
shall
sure.
see.
Yep. All right, I think it's
So I think
time.
that
Let's
was
dive
it.
into this
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah. So, um, we're super excited. We always love when we have guests on that had, just gone to a Disney trip and doing a trip report. But it's even more exciting when it's someone's first time because you get to, hear about, because we've all been multiple times. So to, hear about someone who's experiencing it for the first time, it's just, it's fun and refreshing to kind of get their take on it and see. So I don't know, Fred, do you want to chat a little bit first about like how you got it started, like how the trip came about, or you want us
Absolutely.
to dive
So
into questions?
let's take a trip back to May of 2018 on my very first Disney trip. And I literally, after day one, I FaceTimed Jamel and I said, "You have to go to Disney." Like, I'd only been there a day. And I was like, "Jamel, you have to come here. It's beautiful." Um, and then really, over the past couple years, I mean, we had talked about, getting the families together and going. Dates, never really seemed to pan out. And then I think it was, just after this this past trip that I went in September, um, with Rachel and the girls, that Jamel and I were like, let's make this happen. Let's make this guy's trip happen. Locked in the dates, and we finally made it happen after you know 7 years of being addicted to Disney.
Jamel, what were
Well,
your
and
thoughts going into it?
well, as we were planning this, I think what was funny was that this was like in the background, like on the radar was we hadn't seen each other in a while. So it was like, hey, we need to get guys trip going, whether we're, at a cabin in Tennessee or going to Vegas. I don't know. We were just brainstorming things. And then, but the undercurrent, right? The foundation, the thread was Disney. And so again, like he said, just because the schedule was all over the place for me, really more than him. And so looking at how it kind of panned out, I was like, hey, this is the week, let's go ahead and lock this in. And we did. And so through the whole process, I was down for it, but stuff kept coming up. And I was like, hey, don't think I'm like trying to eject on you. Like when I say I'm ride or die, like I'm down. It was just a matter of can we keep the date that we committed to? Really, that I committed to? Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there was just stuff. I ain't gonna air it out, but there was just stuff that just kept popping up, and I'm like, I'm still good. I'm still good. Because it was wild, but no, I was looking forward to it every step.
And I would just like to say, have you seen those TikToks going around of it's like, "Hi, I'm Fred and I did this. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Fred. Hi, I'm Jamel. I came to Disney." That was us. Jamel literally just was there. Like,
Absolutely.
and I mean, we talked about it. Like, we had phone calls. We had pre-planning phone calls, and we talked dining and we talked all this stuff. And Jamel was like, "Yeah."
Hey, and I got to say, that's flowers to Fred, literally, because of the fact that I didn't think about anything. Like I was focused on teaching at conferences, teaching at churches, doing other stuff. I was just busy with my schedule. Also letting him know, like, hey, I do appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you're doing this because I wouldn't even know where to begin. So flowers to him for sure. And, holding the ship, steady while life is just being turbulent. So
Nice,
Yeah, fun
nice.
stuff. Fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, let's hear about it. What were the initial plans? Where'd you stay? How many days? Let's get into it.
yeah,
I'll cover the basis, the basics. We did 5 days, Monday through Friday. We literally flew in first thing Monday morning. We both had direct flights coming from Kentucky, New Orleans. Um, Met up at the airport at like 9 a.m. Got on a Mears Connect. Um, got off. We stayed at All Star Sports, which was a first for me. I've stayed at a couple of the All Stars, but All Star Sports was a first. And literally got off, put sunscreen on, turned our bags into Bell Services, and got on a bus to Animal Kingdom.
I'm glad the priority there was sunscreen.
I'm purely white. Like, it doesn't get whiter than this.
Good.
So sunscreen was a priority for me. But yeah, we literally we put on sunscreen, got our water bottles, filled them up, took a bathroom break, and we were on our bus to Animal Kingdom. So Monday was Animal Kingdom. Animal
What time did
Kingdom.
y'all get in?
His flight landed. Your flight landed what, about 8:30?
8:50. 8:50.
And my flight landed at 9:50. And by the
Oh,
time
wow.
we linked up, I want to say we were at All Star 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
We were pretty quick to get there. But yeah, Monday was Animal Kingdom. Tuesday was Magic Kingdom. Wednesday was Hollywood Studios. Thursday was Epcot. Friday was travel day / me sleeping in a booth because I had the flu.
So you guys literally had like no off days. It was just
No,
go, go,
it
go.
was like,
Yeah.
and he left. He flew back at like 6 a.m.
Whew.
Friday.
Wow.
So after doing 4 straight park days, of which were legit rope drop to like close, like sleeping 6 hours a night, like not stop, like he got thrown into Disney. And
Yeah.
he was right up, Friday morning on a plane back to Kentucky.
You know,
I
I got to
we
put this
we
in.
kind of do the same thing. Good.
Oh, sorry. I got to put this in. Definitely, I learned quickly the first day. I think we both ran into it. Hey, if anybody didn't know this, Gatorade is your friend. We we were sweating so.
Yeah.
Look, I'll speak for me. I know he was too, though. Sweating so much that the intake of water, you were just giving it back. And so it was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's get some Gatorade because Animal Kingdom was hot. I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
What I usually try to do is like if I know I'm going and it's super hot, I'll do a bottle of water before I leave with like a hydration pack in it to at least get an initial good,
Well, and I was talking.
hydration going. But
We
yeah.
met up with one of my travel agent friends who lives there in Orlando, and her and I were having the conversation. Like that week was like record temps for Orlando. Like, I've been a couple times in May, and I have not seen 96, 98 degrees at Disney in May. Like usually, like it's high 80s, like it's it's hot,
Yeah.
but like it was hot. It was sunny. Like it was a rough week temperature wise. Like I wasn't. It honestly felt like Orlando in July.
Yeah. I'm over
It was
going in the summer.
it was beautiful for sure. I will say the cheat code that we found in that was water, like you said, before you leave, water again midway, then Gatorade at lunch, and then water again, and then you're set. Like we found the code. We were like, and we were rocking each day from that. But that first one was like, Lord, what is this?
Till the flu kicked in on Thursday, and I was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm starting to feel it. I thought
And I went home healthy.
Yeah, you did. I don't know.
That's all right. Fred took one for the team.
Still feeling it. Still
Okay.
feeling it.
Lord.
So I know you
Wow.
said that it was your first time staying at sports. So what was the vibe? How'd you feel about the resort?
Jamelle, let's hear your vibe.
Yeah, I thought I can't compare it to anything else, right? So just initially walking in, it felt like a probably like a 4.2 out of like 5 hotel. Like to me, it was comfortable. I didn't need much because I was going for the experience, right? So I liked the collapsible bed. I liked that everything was clean, attention to detail on certain things that was in the room. It was all Disney, which is really neat. I just felt like it wasn't spectacular, but it was great because it was a good place to lay my head to get ready to go. And I did like the fact that after talking to Fred, that different moments, not moments, what do you call those? Like, what was it? We were near the swim area, and then there was like another part for like whatever each
football,
part was.
You had baseball, you had hockey.
Yeah, I thought that was neat too.
What
It was
section
a good
did you
place
guys
to lay
stay
my
in?
head.
I did a room request, and we were right in the Surfs Up section, like literally
Mhm.
a 1.5 minute walk over to the buses.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I thought the resort was trash. I mean,
Close your ears, Ashley.
I mean, it's one of the all stars that needs to be updated. Like it really does. Like it's the bare minimum of what you need to stay at Disney. Like I had, like Jamel said, I had a place to lay my head at night, and that's all I needed. Because from we were 6:30, we were up. 6:45, we were out the door. 7 o'clock, we were on a bus. We got back 10:30 at night. We were asleep by 11. Like, I mean, it met the bare minimum. But for somebody who,
Yeah.
personally would like to do some resort days and spend a little bit more time at the resort, I do feel like it's one of the more outdated resorts, and definitely could use some updating. But it does meet the bare minimum. Pop Century for life.
Yeah.
Agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was-
and I
it
guess
was-
too, yeah.
It's just it's one of the outdated ones, and I mean it's the bottom of the bottom value resort. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like, but it was for the price that we paid for it, and again, to all I needed was a place to lay my head every night. So I really can't
Yeah.
complain too much.
Yeah, and if it's a make or break deal where you stay at one of the value resorts or you don't get to go, of course, I'm going to
Yeah.
stay at the value resort too.
Yeah.
You got to make things work. So,
Absolutely.
but I was just curious. I've stayed at movies and music. But
Love
I haven't
movies.
done sports.
I loved movies. I loved the Fantasia pool. I love the vibe inside movies. I just and I mean they just redid the Fantasia pool over at movies not too long ago. So like that kind of plays a role in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I hadn't planned on it, but now Ashley sent me this cool little app and you can check off things that you've done. So now like it's gonna drive me nuts because sports is gonna be the only one that I haven't checked off of the value resort. So I might have to
nah,
stay a
too
night
much.
just so I can check it off.
Don't hurt yourself over it. We're in the same boat. We've stayed at movies and music too, and we're staying at sports in September. So I will likely, just like Fred, come on here and trash it.
Yeah.
I am reaching for straws trying to get my wife to change it. Like I will do whatever you need. I will donate plasma. I don't care. I'm gonna get us to Pop Century.
Again, like it's hard for me. Like pop is where my heart is. Like
Yeah.
I mean, the vibe of pop. I mean, all the remodeling that they've done, the Skyliner, the hippy dippy pool. Like it's such a nice resort, especially for a
Yeah.
value resort. And I mean, being right across the street from Art of Animation, like unless it's the Polynesian, it's gonna be hard to beat Pop Century for me. Like that's just what it's gonna come down to.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
How
all right,
were,
we'll move on to go ahead.
It's okay. How were crowd levels when you guys were there?
Not bad. Epcot was a little busy. I would say that was probably the busiest park for us. On a scale of 0 to 10, I would say Epcot was probably around a 6 or a 7. The other parks, hovered around a 4 probably. Animal Kingdom was beautiful crowd wise. Didn't have any issues. I mean, Magic Kingdom still wasn't bad at all. Hollywood Studios got a little bit crowded. I was really impressed that the entire Fantasmic Stadium filled up. I didn't expect that, especially like with how slow it was. Being the last week before the summer season really hit. I just didn't expect it. But Epcot was packed, like it was. But I mean, it's Flower and Garden Festival. Like I mean, it was
Yeah.
especially in the evening. Like Epcot tends to be a pretty busy park as it is. So, but I would say it was decent, really decent crowds.
Nice,
Awesome.
nice.
So did you guys because sounds like y'all did one park a day for 4 days. Did y'all use lightning lanes?
We did. Jamel did not want to. I had to explain to him
Now-
that I am not a peasant. I will spend how much ever money I need. I don't wait. I do not wait in line.
Let's put that in context, though. Let's put that in context. So I've been to a lot of amusement parks, and like born and raised in Dayton, Ohio. One of the ones that we often went to was one in Mason, Ohio, which is Kings Island.
Kings Island.
I've been to Six
Yep.
Flags, I've been to Holiday World, I've been to Cedar Point. Like so, just basing off of Kings Island, how we grew up, and then even going back when I was in college, it was like, oh yeah, we can just wait in line. I mean, kick it with your boys, blase, have a good time. And then before you know it, I know it's been like an hour, but you already up front, you ready to go, ride that ride one time, you go ahead, eat, go on to the next thing, right? Again, not being there ever, I'm like, bro, I'm glad you got the lightning because I'm telling you, I looked back. Okay, we were at let's just take Epcot. We were heading to what's her name? We went to Frozen's
Frozen Ever After.
Yes, we go to that ride, and rope drop. We get there, and I mean, not even like 10 minutes. I'm like, where's this line going? And it was just unreal. Or even the boat ride we did up in was that Animal Kingdom? No, that was Magic. The dad jokes.
Oh yeah, Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah, Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, even that line was ridiculous. Just as an example, and I'm like, imagine if we didn't have these, we would be literally waiting more than what I did at Mason, Ohio. So again, thank you so much. Again, but my ignorance, I can admit that. I'm like, I would have thought that would have been cool to sit in the line for an hour. That's a different type of line than this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The worst line that we waited in, and it was solely because I wanted to test a theory, a rope drop theory, and I'm still thankful of how it panned out. But the longest line we waited in was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Was about probably 65 minutes in the afternoon, and it was
Didn't even feel like it.
It was primarily in the sun.
Yeah, that's a rough.
That one's brutal.
Outside.
It is.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
funny
when we
because
went-
we of course the outside is like this, and you get inside and then you see the pre-show. And I told Jamelle, I was like, we're about to rap again. He was like, no, we're not. And we walked in and it started rapping again. I was like, I told you.
Hey,
When we went
but
in
it
May,
was
we had
worth
a
it to
light
see
landing.
the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I'll say it was worth it to see the graphics. Like it was beautiful. I think it was a fun ride. The animation was wonderful. But yeah, them lines, they different at Disney.
Yeah, especially the ones that start outside when it's hot, because then you're out. I mean, they do have the umbrellas in that queue a lot, but there's still a lot of sunny spots, and it's super hot, so it's hard to maneuver through those.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you spent your 4 days. Did you park hop at all?
No.
No, you just did one park per day.
Yep.
So Animal Kingdom, Jamelle, and then Fred. What did you take away from Animal Kingdom? Like, what was your favorite? What could you probably leave next time if there is a next time?
Man, that's great. I think, first of all, I didn't get to say thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to get on. I appreciate that. So just the fact, I want to say shout out to you all. I do follow you all, and on your different platforms. And so thank you for the work that you're doing and just educating people in Disney and making their experience better. So I want to say thank you and flowers to all of you because I didn't get to do that in the beginning because we were, shooting and everything. So I just want to say appreciate that. Anyway, to answer your question, the general vibe I took from Animal Kingdom was just fun. I'm a big fan of zoos. I'm a big fan of like the family centric. It really felt like for me when I was going there. It was a ball. It was hot, but it was a ball. I mean, I really enjoyed the food. That first spot we went to,
Flame Tree Barbecue.
You said what?
Flame Tree Barbecue.
The combination of what was it?
The
Coleslaw and
barbecue mac
fried
and cheese.
onions and mac and cheese and what else?
The
Pulled pork.
barbecue, the pulled pork, the mac and cheese, the onions, and the coleslaw.
That was that was beautiful.
He was so impressed by that first meal, and I was like, no, this isn't even the peak. Like, this is a quick service. He was
so
like,
happy.
this is amazing.
I'm talking to people beside us, like, "Hey, is this your first time? This is amazing. Have you tried?" Like, I feel like, who are you? So, I mean, great food. I just had a good time. Was that where Pandora was? Is that right?
Yeah.
That ride is
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage. It was amazing. I told him this because VR is crazy, and I don't do it often. Not because it's crazy, I just don't have the means in which to go do all the time. And I tell you what, when we did the first drop in the VR, I had to tell myself out loud. I said, "This is not real." Like I had to tell myself that because it was so intense. I was like,
Yeah.
and then when my brain clicked with what I said, it was like, oh, then I had a ball. I'm sitting there yelling yelling Wakandan stuff from Black Panther, and just like look, it was fun. So I think Animal is just. I really enjoyed it. To me, it set the bar pretty high, starting with Animal Kingdom. Like I just liked everything about it. Like from the food was good, the rides were good. I really thought. And again, I'm a big zoo, aquarium, safari type of guy. So that was really neat. I think that just set the tone.
I just
Animal
have
Kingdom
to.
is my favorite.
I
Love
have
it.
to. I have to show this picture just to make Lori happy. Let's see. So just to make Lori happy, there is
Oh gosh.
the very
No.
first ride that we rode. Dinosaur just for her, and then I have to
I
show
was like,
off
where are you? I didn't realize that was you.
Jamelle's photo session.
Oh, I love that.
And I love that tree. I love that back there that they put that in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis, what's on your lounge
It's my
play?
favorite.
Aladdin, which is actually a birthday
Nice.
gift from Fred.
Which is also now signed by Jasmine. So
Well, we'll go there real quick. Yeah, so I was waiting in line. We missed Aladdin, which is on me. I feel like it was on me because we totally forgot. And so Jasmine had the opportunity, or I had the opportunity to meet Jasmine, and she was super cool. Her calligraphy, was astounding. I was like, who taught you this? Like, this was amazing. And she was real nice, took a picture. So I felt like I was a little kid again.
the Epcot.
Yeah, that was at Epcot. Yeah.
Anyway,
Nice.
But anyway,
back
Animal
to
Kingdom was dope.
Yeah, it's my
Fred-
favorite. I love it.
Fred, you got any last thoughts on Animal Kingdom besides the fact that I'm pretty sure it's also your favorite park?
It is my second favorite park.
It's- Epcot is his favorite.
Oh, that's right.
I will say Animal Kingdom was a hit and run kind of park, just because we didn't get in. I think we got there probably around 10:30, and we had to turn around and leave at 4 because we had dinner reservations over at Homecoming in Disney Springs. So he didn't really get to experience the fullness that is Animal Kingdom. We did Animal Kingdom in like 6 hours.
Wow.
And there's so much more to do at Animal Kingdom. We've had the conversation many times that it really is a full day park. Jamelle, you really didn't get to see half the park. There's so much more to it. But it was, it was a great trip, a great day. We hit the ground running with Dine. We did Festival of the Lion King, which is one of my favorite shows.
It's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Did Kilimanjaro safaris, did Expedition Everest, did Flight of Passage, did Navi River Journey. I think we did everything. The only thing we didn't do was Cali River Rapids because I'm not doing it.
Didn't want to get soaked. Yeah.
No. That was really the only thing we didn't do aside from going back to Rafiki's and doing the animal trails. So it really was a great introduction to Disney. So
Did you eat any snacks in the park?
We did.
'Cause I assume that y'all left, and since y'all left and went to Homecoming, I assume that lunch was the only thing you had there. So any
I did
snacks?
I don't remember what it's called. I think it was the
Did you have
Was
Mr.
it that
Kamal's
drink?
fries?
Yes.
Oh my God,
That
this drink, it was like a combination of like a pear and a raspberry, and it had the little like boba balls. Best drink I think I've ever had at Disney. Like it was
good.
Is
was
that at
fabulous.
the little cart, like right outside of Pandora, where you can get the pineapple things that I get?
Yep. So
Yeah.
that was the one snack that we did. It really was amazing.
Yeah.
really enjoyed that drink.
Sweet. It looks delicious.
I feel like we need to give Jamelle the floor for homecoming because I feel like he had something good to say about it.
No. I mean, it was good. It was good. No, I was just listening to him. I was going to just go touch back on that drink. Like the boba in it was just. I mean, it was good. It was good. No, I ain't had to say the homecoming. It was good though. All of it was good. The shows at Disney to kind of start here. I know we're probably going. Well, I can't make that's an assumption. From here to wherever we go, I will definitely say the shows. There was not one bad one in the house. They were all good. So Animal Kingdom definitely did well with that.
Yeah, they definitely have. The Lion King is probably one of my favorites over at
So
Disney.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did y'all have at homecoming?
We
Do
had.
you remember?
I know I had the hush puppy. We got the hush puppies as an appetizer, which the jalapeno jam, whatever it was that came with those hush puppies, was fire. Like
Mm-hmm.
I still think about those hush puppies. And then I had the country fried steak with mashed potatoes and green beans. And then Jamel, what did you have? You have
I
you
had
like
asparagus with. I think that was grilled chicken
yeah.
on top of a. I think that was a bed of. I can't remember. If it was a bed of rice or a bed of something. Mixed veggies, I think, or something like that.
I'm looking at a picture. It was grilled chicken with asparagus and French fries.
Yeah. The three things. One, the atmosphere was dope. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Two, the guest experience from the server makes it just way better. And so,
Yeah.
dude was great. I mean, if you watch this, man, forgot your name, you were on point. You know, he was on point. And then the food, again, just it's like everything leveled up. If you got the atmosphere and you got the great server, then the food has to deliver. That has to be the home run. If not, you didn't miss. you definitely messed up.
Yeah.
And so it was just so good, and it was filling. Which it was like I hate wasting food. I don't waste food, and I'm sitting here like, oh Lord. And so I mean, we worked it down, and then that dessert. Good night. Actually, hold on.
Which
Side
dessert
note.
did y'all get?
What? Oh shoot! I got the donut.
Yeah. And
You
I got
got some-
Did you get the
I got some
hummingbird
cake.
cake?
I got the hummingbird cake.
Oh, favorite. So my husband and I, it's like y'all hit my favorites all in the first day. Animal Kingdom is my favorite, and Homecoming. So when it's just Josh and I, we try to go to Homecoming almost every trip, and that hummingbird cake is amazing. It is so good.
It was
Like-
quite fabulous. There's the country fried steak. It was
Oh, that looks so
absolutely
good.
Oh, it was so good. It was so much. Like I am
Yeah.
not one to not finish a meal, and I could not finish it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And there was Jamel's.
Oh yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I want to say this
anything
real
bad
quick.
from
There was a lady
And then again, the hush puppies.
diagonal to me. It was on my left, and I had to run over her and ask her, "Can I take a picture of her plate?" Because
He did.
those deviled or doubled, however people say them, eggs looked
deviled
amazing, and they were stacked
so
with
good.
bacon, and they looked like cilantro. I said, I was about to ask her if I could have one. And I'll pay her for one. It looked that
You probably
good,
could have
but
asked
she
the server.
she didn't mind. She was like, "Yeah, go ahead and take a picture." I was full. I didn't want anything else.
I'm surprised he didn't ask the server because this man will ask for anything. We went to a restaurant once and I got something and he was like, "That looks really good. Can I get a sample?" She brought him the whole dish
Hold on,
for free.
wait. So real quick for that. So yeah, we and him were in New Orleans. I was visiting him for the first time there, and he had a beautiful catfish. And I told the lady, I said, "Man, that looks really good. What he's got? Can I get a sample?" I mean, like it's crazy, right? And she was like, "Baby, we'll see." I said, "It's all good if you can't. I mean, it just looked real good." She literally came back with the entire piece and said it's on the house. I said, "Appreciate
Oh,
you."
wow.
That wasn't even my meal. I was eating something else.
Oh gosh.
Hey, that fish
Yeah,
was fire
that's-
though.
It was. That really was. Tabasco
What are these-
Factory. If you haven't been, strongly
Something's
recommend.
flying on my face.
Facts.
Forgot I was on camera. I'm like, something's flying in here. One of the things they do, one of the things that they do at homecoming, because I get the thigh high chicken biscuits almost every time we go, but it's too much to eat. So I'll ask them, can I get a smaller portion? And they will give it to you. But the thigh high chicken biscuits, yeah, because it
For
comes
a
with 3.
smaller portion. Just get it to
I'm not
go.
eating. I'm not going to eat it in my room.
Why?
Wow.
I
Wow.
don't
Can
know.
you please
Say
charge
less.
me full price, but give me
Yeah.
less food?
No, they don't charge you the full price.
Oh,
You can get
Well-
you can get smaller portions for different prices. We always get the deviled eggs too.
the deviled
Yeah,
eggs are
look,
really
when
good.
I'm on vacation, I'm not eating leftovers. I'm eating something fresh every single time.
I mean, that is an entire episode in and of itself.
Yeah, that's a hot take right there.
Disney
That's
World,
what
do
I
you take home your food? Anyway, yes. Day one was a great day. It really was. It was kind of a nice slow introduction before the rope drop to
Chaos.
park close really happened.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
So where'd y'all
Yeah.
go second?
Tuesday was Magic Kingdom. We got there at man, we were out the door at 6:45 on a bus at 7, and we were there by 7:20. Technically early magic hours or whatever it's called now didn't start till 8:30.
Hey, let's
But, I
not
mean, they
leave out
started-
that every time. Let's not leave out that every time we get to the line to get checked, it was you every time. That's
I think
Oh,
you
they
were
checked your
you
bag?
were you
I
were
was the
Animal
first.
Kingdom. Yeah, I was
Yes.
Magic Kingdom. Once I figured out how to pack my lounge fly, I stopped getting hit.
yeah.
But yeah, in the magic, it was a full day Magic Kingdom from open. We probably didn't leave the park till 10:30, 10:45.
Whew.
Yeah, it was a
Yikes.
full like
That's a long day.
16-hour day.
Yeah. What'd you guys rope drop?
Seven Dwarfs. Yeah.
Sweet.
We had Magic Kingdom for me is not one that's like super lightning lane for me. So we had we purchased Tron. So we had the single pass for Tron. We did multi pass of Tiana's. It's Haunted Mansion and Pirates, just because the way the tiers are set up, like it really is. There's not a lot of Magic Kingdom, so it really was great. Like before the park even opened, because of course now the way it works is they let you in the park before it even opens, so that you can get in line for the ride. So we were standing in line for Seven Dwarfs for probably 20 minutes before we started actually going into the queue, and then once we were in the queue, like we were on in like 2 minutes. I want to say before the park even opened, we did Seven Dwarfs. I think we did. I think after that we did Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. We think we did one more before the park even opened. So
Who won? Who won Space Ranger spin? Let's hear it.
Oh
I
my
would
god.
just like to show this photo.
Hey,
Uh,
hey, look. Yeah. First of all, I didn't even understand the rules at first. Let's just put it that way.
it's not hard. Point and shoot.
Did he cheat and not tell you? So that way
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I got worked. I ain't gonna lie. I got worked at that and in Toy Story, but that's okay.
Yeah, he did. He got destroyed. Hang on. Looking for it. I took a lot of pictures.
Yeah, because that
Nice.
I didn't see. He gave me some tips on the aiming portion because the way I started, he was like, "No, don't do that. Do this."
Let's just
See,
say
of course-
he's not the bigger number.
See, of course, he got received. Look at that.
That's still a pretty big number, though. Like, I'm
It
not
is.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's a big
Don't
number.
give
I'll
me
give you that.
sympathy. Don't give
No,
me sympathy.
I feel like some people can't even hit that number, and they've been going there for years. AK.
He did a good job, and
Yeah.
At least I didn't take it and spin it so he couldn't hit anything.
Oh, like my kid does to me, and it drives me nuts. I told Braden, I was like, I'm not riding. Look, you see, I'm getting all feisty. My son will do that to me every time. I was like, I'm not riding with you anymore if you keep spinning. He's 20. He's not a baby, but I'm like,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
I'm really glad that this ride is getting an upgrade, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of time, well, last time I really smack talked my whole family like I was going to win, and I didn't beat any of them. But also, like a lot of times when you go on there, I feel like it needs to update because like sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because the time before when Josh and I went in February, like both either one of us got hardly any points because it wasn't shooting. So it definitely needs an upgrade for sure.
Yep.
I'm excited for those changes.
But I think we did just about every major ride. I mean, we did just about everything in land. We did Seven Dwarves, we did Space Mountain, we did People Mover, Carousel of Progress, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Haunted Mansion, Pirates. We did
Pianos?
small.
Uh-oh. Did we lose
Oh my
Fred?
gosh. Did he freeze?
Oh, I thought y'all froze. I was like, yo,
No.
I just
I'm so
stood
glad
still
Fred,
to
because
pretend to
now he can't
freeze.
say anything. I'm so glad because he can't say anything about me. Because normally it's me that freezes.
Yeah. This
Wait,
is so
I'm taking a
weird.
picture. Hold on.
While he was froze, I just like that just to see.
Oh,
He's gone.
now he's gone.
There we go.
A magician.
There we go.
Oh no.
Fred, come back.
That's awesome.
Okay. Well, we can. I don't even know where we were now. I'm so wrapped up in Fred being.
He was
Yeah,
saying
well,
that they. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say,
Hello.
I think. Hey, I think one of my favorite rides, which you didn't ask this question, but he said it twice now. Overall, at Magic is Tron. I thought that was phenomenal. And serious moment, and then funny moment. Serious moment is that like I had one of my dear friends passed away in a motorcycle accident, so that brought back some like good and bad out of that. But then the cool thing about the ride was that I'm like, oh, he would have loved this just because it was smooth. I wished it was like I don't know how to explain it. Like it gave you enough, but it was like, I need more. Like, can this ride go another 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Like that's how good it was. You know what I mean? It was just smooth. It was quick, at least quick enough, right? The design was great. I was like, this is wonderful. So like, yeah, it definitely was the best ride to me in Magic Cake.
Yeah, I think that's probably the crowd opinion is that it needs to be longer. Like, yes, it is an excellent ride. I've only ridden it once, but everyone wants it to be longer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fred, glad you're back, buddy.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. My internet went out, so I'm now hardwired in. Yeah, Jamelle, the instructions were very clear. When we take off, lean back and put your arms out. And apparently I was not clear. So there's
and it's
just me.
It's hard to gauge it's hard to gauge when they about to drop the picture. I'm like, hey, do I right now? But
you gotta hold it for a minute, yeah.
And then we have our fabulous Tiana's picture. We couldn't figure out why this one dude in front of us was holding up his pinky to the camera.
I was like, is he pulling a Braden or what is he doing there? I couldn't tell.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I still didn't look it up to this day.
Yeah, who knows?
Getting a cup of tea?
I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's fine. So what did you guys eat? Sorry.
No, you're okay. That's what
and
I
know we're
ask.
all over from the script, so we're just rolling with it, Ashley.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna go day by day at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Started the day with a cheeseburger spring roll snack.
Oh yeah, you did.
Fire.
Yeah, you did.
Fire.
Yeah, that was. Whew.
Started the day on a high note.
I dream of that cheeseburger spring roll. There is nothing quite like the cheeseburger spring roll from Magic Kingdom.
and a
Man,
nice
I
cold
didn't try
water.
those.
Yes. So we had that as a snack. Lunch was at, of course, Columbia Harbor House. I got the lobster roll. Jamel's like, I'm gonna be healthy and eat the tuna. Or no, you got the salmon.
Yeah,
Um,
fire.
which I I I I hate on it, but the salmon is really really good. Rachel absolutely
Hmm.
loves the salmon. So um, yeah, that was lunch. Did we do any other snacks at Magic Kingdom?
I don't remember. I don't recall just that
I
one.
don't think so. I don't think we did an afternoon snack. Um, just because we knew we had Liberty Tree Tavern coming up.
Mm.
So of course we did
Hmm.
dinner at Liberty Tree Tavern. Jamel was super impressed by Liberty Tree Tavern.
That
We
honestly, I'll tell you now. That's number one,
we
food wise.
also had a really
Really?
dope waiter. Like the waiter was
Facts.
just such a cool
Facts.
guy. Like he
Yeah.
was possibly my favorite waiter of the whole trip.
Oh
Facts.
wow.
I
Like
agree. I
like he
co-sign.
was just like you could just tell like there are some people at Disney that you can tell they truly, truly love what they get to do. And he
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
one of those people. Like he was so happy to be at Liberty Tree Tavern. He was so happy to be serving us. Like he's just a fabulous server. I mean he
Hmm.
literally left the building to go get Jamel Powerade because he
Yeah, I
wanted a
was like, bro, I
Powerade.
don't need it, man. Yeah, I was like,
And
I don't
he
need
was
it.
like, "Well, we don't have Powerade, but I can go out. I can go over to the cart and get you one outside." Jamel was like, "No, no, 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 don't do that." And the dude came back with a Powerade. Like he literally left the
Oh.
building to go get Jamel Powerade.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So it's a super cool dude. I think Jamel's favorite part was just the all you can eat family style, like just getting
Yes, absolutely.
and the
And the
food
food was
was on.
good though.
Oh,
Food was good. The portions are right.
it
Again,
was.
shout out to that dude. I was like, man, where the heck you from, bro? Cause you real chilled. I looked, I said, you from New York? He's like, yeah, man, New York only come out when I watch the Knicks. I said, okay. I said, well, thanks for holding it in. But it was just, it was a great atmosphere, man. I mean, and then I used back to the portions of the food. They cooked it well, and it was like, oh, you can come back and replace this for that? Absolutely. Run it. So it was good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cast member experience definitely makes the whole thing for Disney. I think that's why it's a totally different vibe that you get from some of the other theme parks, where we talk about like how Universal, not that their team members aren't nice too, it's just a different experience. The people at Disney truly make it what it is.
Yeah.
When you have
Mhm.
that good experience.
Absolutely. Like, and that's there were a couple
That's
people
why I
like
want to
that
be one.
for yeah, I mean there were a couple people on this trip that like just really just gave off a great I mean there were definitely a couple that I was like, you need to go to Universal. You don't belong
Yeah.
here. But like one of them was like this photo pass person. Like we walked up and I'm always like, are you taking pictures right now? And she was like, yep. I was like, go away.
Can you
Like
take mine?
Who hurt you?
I was like, man, you got an umbrella. You're literally standing in the shade. You got water. All you gotta do is stand here and go click. Like it's not hard.
Yeah, she had a long
Wow.
day.
But anyway, back to the food topic. So yeah, dinner at Liberty Tree Tavern. We did get dessert twice, and it was worth it.
Mm.
Um, and
Nice.
then we also I had to introduce Jamel to Dole Whip. So
I was
we
gonna
had-
ask.
Yep, we he held our spot at Happily Ever After because I don't remember what time. One of the common trends that like I really enjoyed about this trip on each and every day is that we did everything that I personally wanted to show Jamel to really give him that like Disney experience. And we were done super early, and we had a lot of downtime in the afternoons and the
Mhm.
evenings
That's
to
good.
just kind of chill. So like we could go and sit at Happily Ever After at like 7 o'clock, and like we had done everything.
And let me give him flowers on this too, for real, because and I make this abundantly clear to anybody. I'm not the guy you want a vacation with. Like, meaning that, like, if we go on Monday through Friday, we can go hard on Monday, but I'm laying around on Tuesday, walking around eating, just walking. Like, the less is more for me. And so this trip, I like that he paced things because he knew they're like, yo, if you give me too much at one time, I'm not going to want to do stuff later. So I like that. Even though we did the whole park, it wasn't like a, buzzsaw. It was like, okay, here we're going to do this. We'll space this. Let's do a show. Space this. We got this. Like, it was great spacing, which that was very important because I probably wouldn't have liked the trip as much because of the spacing.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Like Magic Kingdom was easily a 16-hour day. Felt like it really did.
Yeah, but that didn't bother me.
But it
Right.
worked out. Like, and a lot of
Right.
it was accidental. Like, it was just kind of on the fly stuff. Like,
Right.
it really did. Like, we were able to do something fast paced and then kind of slow down, and then go do something else that was fast paced and then kind of slow down. So,
Yeah.
But
it
that
really-
dessert was fire, like you were saying.
that Dole Whip was.
Mhm.
As it
Did
always
you get
is.
just the traditional.
We did. I just went
Fine.
plain Aloha Isle Dole Whip. So
10 out of 10.
The,
oh,
Every
yeah,
time.
every time.
Yes.
And then the
The big
fun part
question-
was he was all the way over back in front of Cinderella's castle. So there I am with these two Dole Whips, like speed walking because it's 95 degrees outside.
and it's melting.
And it's melting, and I'm like, move, people! Like trying to get it back before it melted.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And
The
it was
big question
still
that I wanna
good.
know, Jamelle, did you cry at Happily Ever After like Fred does?
Apparently, that's a me thing.
I cried.
Yeah, he did that. He did that time again. I did not. I felt like,
Did you cry?
wow,
again?
this is a very great show and very hopeful. You know what I mean? Like, in regards to Disney, hopeful.
The
Yeah, I didn't cry.
fireworks go over, Jordan Fisher singing, and it's over for me. Every time it gets me right here.
Oh, that's so funny.
I can't.
Well, we
and
both cried that
Tinkerbell
day.
goes, and it's just
Yeah.
over.
He started crying out.
I love Happily Ever After. It's so beautiful.
It is very
That's
beautiful. I'm pretty sure I cried the last time I watched it.
It's a great show. I like it.
It's excellent.
Maybe I don't know because I haven't been able to watch it since our first trip because my family doesn't want to stay and watch it. They want to ride or we're back in the room.
That's
Maybe
Kick 'em
when
out.
I go in December, I'm gonna watch it and I'll let you know if I
You have
cry.
to.
It was solid. Great. Love that. After that, we went over, did Swiss Family, whatever it's called, Treehouse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just because I love taking people up there, especially if they've never been. Like, it's always so cool to see Magic Kingdom lit up at night. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, it
Yes.
literally is one of the photo perfect things. And then after that, we just kind of walked around, took some photos, and I kept hinting at Jamelle. It's like, you can still get in line for another ride until 10 o'clock. And he's like, no, I'm good. And then we got over to Tiana's. He was like, what? Let's do Tiana's again. I was like, okay.
I really
Yes!
like Tiana's. I like Tiana's
Yes!
a lot. I really did. Because I like water rides
y'all get
too,
wet?
just the dropping or
Huh?
whatever.
Neither time.
Because
we
y'all
really
went in the
got wet.
back. Y'all went in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
The back is the spot to be if you don't want to get wet.
Yeah. So did that twice.
Nice.
Magic Kingdom was a really good day. I really enjoyed our day at Magic Kingdom.
Did you guys watch Festival of Fantasy at all?
We did. In my favorite spot right there in the DVC sign up area in Frontierland.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is the
So-
best spot. I agree.
It was a really good spot.
Nice. You guys ready to kick it to day 3?
Jamelle, you don't have anything else to say about Magic Kingdom?
No, I think I will say no. I'm not. I'm gonna save it. 'Cause I'm gonna wait to let you know all of them in order. I will say about Magic, it's definitely what I'm used to seeing. What I mean by that is because I didn't look up anything about Disney. Over all these years, I always see like stuff, and I realize, that now I'm looking, all that's been from Magic Kingdom. So when I think Disney, I think that park, and so that made a lot of sense. But overall, it's a good park.
Yeah.
It doesn't beat Animal though.
Wow.
Fair.
Hot take.
Sweet.
That's fair.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it, but
No.
yeah, hot take.
Day 3 was Hollywood Studios. The original plan was to do Epcot and end with Hollywood Studios. However, which Lori texted me the morning of, and thinking
Yeah, I had the days mixed.
she tried
Yeah.
she tried to save me, and I was like, oh, I already got it. Epcot closed early Wednesday
Oh.
for a private event, so it closed at 5. So swap days, did Hollywood Studios on Wednesday. Same rope drop plan, like I mentioned earlier. We rope dropped Millennium Falcon, which was
Oh.
great solely because Jamel and I got our own like cabin to
Oh.
ourselves. We both
So you
got to
be
drive.
pilots.
Like, and I've never got to be a pilot. So like
Nice.
I thought they
Yeah.
were gonna make us wait because there were people coming like shortly behind us. But
Yeah, pretty quick.
he was like, "What do you guys want to do?" And I was like, "I've never been a pilot." He was like, "All right, cool. You got your own cabin. You can both be pilots." So um,
Sweet.
we did
And that's
that.
one of my favorite interactives.
Yeah,
That's a
that
great
was
one. So good.
that was super cool. And then we also got in alien swirling saucers before rope drop ended, and I think that
Okay.
was the last thing we got in.
Yeah, I think it's hard to rope drops Hollywood studios just because all the major attractions are so like spread out.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty spread out park, and there's also a lot of big attractions. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what a lot of Hollywood studios is. I mean, between Millennium Falcon's not as big as it used to be, but it's still pretty popular.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rise of the Resistance, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Slinky Dog Dash, Toy Story Mania. Like it really is like every ride has such high demand. Oh, I
Yeah.
think after that we pulled off. We actually pulled off Rock and Roller Coaster before uh, early Magic Hours ended as well. So we got those three
So-
rides in.
And
Yeah,
that
those are
ride,
pretty spread out.
that ride is the best ride in to me in Hollywood. I
Rock
I
Roller
wish
Coaster?
that one. I told him after it was finished, I wished it was longer. That was too short
Mm, yeah,
because it reminded me
That one
of
is cool.
what's it called?
Space
Is
Mountain.
it? No.
Oh, it reminds
yes,
you.
that. Yeah,
of,
but
it reminds you
Flight-
of Flight of
Flight
Fear.
of Fear.
Yeah,
Flight of Fear because I love it indoor like that.
yeah.
Sweet.
But I mean,
Did y'all buy-
we did
y'all
just
did
about.
Rise of the Resistance?
We did. So we had we bought Rise of the Resistance, and then we multi-passed Slinky Dog. What else did we do?
Star
We
Tours?
no, we did Tower of Terror, which we didn't ride. I'm still salty about it, but I think at the I also we got Tower of Terror at the end of the day, like it was the last thing we were gonna do um before Fantasmic. And I think at that point, Jamel, I don't think ever wanted to ride it. Like from the very beginning, he was like, "Count me out."
Which
He
one?
didn't
The
tell me
tower?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Well,
Yeah,
and
no,
mind
me either.
you, I like to be straight up, and I always say it like it is. That one, I was still preparing all day because
was.
I just don't like drops or anything that goes like
Same.
this.
Yeah.
If it's a corkscrew or a dive, all that, you won't hear me complain. I'm just part of it.
Yeah.
But I was preparing from day one all the way to that point. And when we were eating, I said, "Yeah, man, I ain't gonna be able to do this, bro. I'm good."
Well, and I think for me, like I think the flu had started kicking in at that point. Because really, I started to feel the flu on Thursday, and then it hit full force Friday. But I think Wednesday evening, like it kind of hit because, like after dinner, I didn't really start feeling that great, and so I looked at Jamel and I was like, I hate to do it, but I don't think I can ride Tower of Terror. Like I'm scared, like something's gonna happen if I ride Tower of Terror.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we didn't even do it. But we did do, we did Indiana Jones. We did Frozen.
Oh, that was great.
Sing-Along. Indiana Jones is always one of my favorites. I hate how loud
Yeah.
it is, but
I
it
agree.
is one of my favorites.
Yeah, the plane
Yeah.
scene is a little loud for sure.
Yeah. We did Frozen Sing Along, which was great.
Excellent.
Always like top tier show.
Mhm.
Yep.
There was
It
a
was
kid that
hilarious.
sat behind me that every 30 seconds went, "Yay!
Oh no.
Yay!" the whole show, and I was like, "You have
Yeah,
children.
he did.
Take a breath. You have your own children. Take a breath."
Oh
So-
my gosh.
But it was good.
He was
I
so
mean,
happy.
he was like, and I'm solely there for the adult jokes anyway. So,
Oh yeah, it was good.
but I mean, yeah, we did Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did Star Tours. We did Slinky Dog. We did Toy Story. I think we did just about everything in that park except for
Sweet.
Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Wow. Jamelle, what's the vibe? How'd you feel? What was your favorite ride?
Man, favorite ride was the rock and roll. What's it called
Mhm.
again?
Rock and roller
Rock and
coaster.
roller coaster.
Yeah, that was my favorite. The vibe, I, I'm not. I think he could tell probably straight off jump. I'm not a West Coast guy. I'm more Midwest, East Coast. You'd be like, what the heck does that even have to do anything? I mean, the Cali style is not my thing. So coming in, I actually had an expectation to see a few things, and that's not
Mhm.
fair, you know, because the other three I did not. I just said, let me just go in. But this one, because I knew this is, to me, I knew it was Pixar. So I was expecting a few other people as far as animations that were not there. And then I was just kind of like, I felt like I enjoyed it because I'm not a Star Wars head, but I still watch it to stay current with culture. And I'm like, man, this is well played out, well drawn out. Like this was great. You know, and the Toy Story was great. I think that was it. And I was kind of like, I felt like a little let down for like of what Hollywood had to offer. I will say what made it really, really neat was that we did that bar. After
Oh,
Oga's
I was gonna
Cantina.
ask. I was gonna ask.
it was
My $60
amazing.
cup.
This service was service was great. The drinks was great. I really feel like that was probably honestly the real immersive. You know, if people were wearing masks and stuff, that'd be wild. But like, it felt like I was in any of the Star Wars movies, sitting down, or any of the Disney Plus series, just sitting down at a bar, you know, waiting for um,
Why
a
can't I think of the
Jedi
name of it?
or
What?
what's his name?
Olga's
I forgot his
Cantina.
name.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's Ogus. I was like, why can't I couldn't
Uh,
think of the name of it? Ogus Cantina. Yeah.
you thinking of
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker?
No, just a Skywalker. I mean, it doesn't matter. Is anybody who's a Jedi or I forgot a Mandalorian, whatever. If somebody just walk in the room like, oh my gosh, it was very immersive. So and the drinks were great. The vibe, the music was good. I was like, this is great.
I think
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts about it was the fact that the park technically closes at 9,
Mhm.
and our reservations were for 10. So
We've done that before.
yeah, so you get 45 minutes. At 45 minutes, they kick you out. They're like, time to go.
Mhm.
So by the time it was 10:45, by the time we really wrapped up, so like some of the photos that I got, like walking out of that park, like are now some of like my favorite. Like, let me see if I can pull this one up.
Did
Like
you guys
just
have an escort out when we did
no,
that? Somebody had escorted us to the front, so we were bummed about that. Oh,
like
that's awesome.
some of these shots that I got on my phone, I'm just like, man, like you would never get these during the day,
Right.
like or later in the evening. Um,
Yeah.
last
Oh, that
shot I
Rizzo
took
one's. Yeah.
last shot I took of Muppets. Like it was just super cool to get to walk through the park and just take our time and just see
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
empty was one of the things I've always wanted to do that I've never got to do because really the past couple times I've gone, I've either been with my kids or I've been with my parents or Rachel's parents, and they're not typically ones to be like, let's stay an hour and a half after the park closes.
Yeah.
So it was super cool to get some of those shots throughout the park and just again see the park empty.
Yeah. What I just realized what time it is. What did you guys eat?
Oh,
We're going way long tonight.
we are. That's fine. That's a trip report.
Yeah.
So lunch was pizza Rizzo, of course, because we
Had to
gotta
close it
stay.
out.
Yeah, we had to close it out,
Yeah.
and get some, which was really good. I forgot how good the pizza is at Pizza Rizzo. Um, I don't think we did any snacks at Hollywood Studios.
I don't
Um,
recall.
yeah, I don't remember. We had talked about the blue milk, but we never ended up getting it. There were a couple snacks
Oh my
that we,
gosh, we didn't.
yeah, there were a couple snacks we talked about doing, but I don't think we did. And the dinner was Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which
Nice.
I was not impressed by at all.
Really. I've
Oh.
heard some mixed reviews. Yeah.
The vibe was super cool. Loved the whole Andy's bedroom thing. And everybody freezing when Andy comes in. Like that was super cool experience. The biscuits that they brought out, I thought were the best part of the meal. Um,
Mm.
like, and I hate to say that, like, the mac and cheese was really good. Like, I thought it was really, really rich, thick mac and cheese. They had, for some reason, they had Mexican street corn. Don't
Yeah,
know
I
where
saw that.
that don't know where that fits into barbecue, but whatever. It was good. I liked it, but the meats, I just was not impressed by any of the family style meats that they brought out. The ribs, the brisket. What else did they have? They had ribs, brisket, sausage. I wasn't impressed by any of it. Like, it just,
What makes
as
it
somebody
difficult
who
too?
also
Well,
as somebody who also smokes his own meat, like,
mm,
I wasn't impressed by any of the barbecue at all.
yeah, I think for me, I enjoyed it mainly because of the ribs, and I
I did
forgot what
like those
else
ribs.
was the biscuits, ribs. There was one other thing on the macaroni and cheese for sure. It's hard to eat that because you it feels like you're comparing it to the other. What's the other spot again? Liberty
Lime
Tavern,
tree.
Liberty,
Oh,
yeah, Liberty Tree.
Liberty Tree, because it's stylistically it's similar, and so it's like the comparison trap is easy to be like, well, yo, your food was better, and it felt like Thanksgiving, and it was the chicken was tender, the pork was tender, like it was. And then you go to Toy Story, and it's like, okay, this what's going on right here, but it still had some good parts to it,
And our
but it
waitress
wasn't the
was
same.
was
overall,
great.
yeah.
Like, I loved our waitress. She was super nice, super attentive.
Yeah,
Like, she really was a great waitress. Like,
for sure.
I got that vibe from a lot of the staff inside. They were really
Right.
great. And again, it was I definitely recommend going for the experience. And I mean, maybe the food will be different for somebody else, but I just, again, was not impressed by the barbecue at all.
We're considering doing it for our trip in September, but that is very good insight
Yeah, that just,
about it.
like, it was either like, it wasn't that their barbecue sauce was really good, but the meat was like, either it was just too dry for me. Like, I was just, again, cool vibe. Just,
Yeah.
nah, I probably won't do it again. I'll go back to Sci-Fi Drive-In.
I'll give that
There
to
you
you.
go.
So
So we
last
got
day,
Epcot. Uh-huh.
yeah. Let's dive into the dreaded flu that you caught. Let's just get that out of the way now.
Well, if there was a dark ride on Thursday, I was asleep in it. Spaceship Earth. Um, why am I drawing a blank on the ride over it next to Soren? Living with the Land.
Hmm.
Both of those I was asleep on
I mean,
because
Spaceship Earth is a good nap ride.
I really started feeling it on Thursday. Like, the cough kicked in, sore throat kicked in, the exhaustion, it all hit. I was like, oh.
And to be fair,
But
you texted us. You texted us on, was it Wednesday or Thursday? And you're like, I'm not built for this.
Thursday, like,
I'm
Thursday.
tired. And I was like, Fred, you are so weak. Like, what is wrong with you? Like,
it was
making
the
fun of him.
it was the
Yeah.
flu.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
told
He
us
was
it was the
like,
flu. I was like,
okay,
I am
maybe
so
I'll.
sorry.
Yeah, I'll take it back. I take it back.
Yeah, because like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like, I was rocking, I was going, and then Thursday hit, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like, 3 days is my limit. But yeah, just, turns out I had the flu. But no, it was. I will say, we rope dropped Frozen, which we probably could have walked much slower than we did, because of course, not staying at a Skyliner resort, we came in at the front of the park, and 99% of those people are going towards Guardians.
Remy's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then a lot of the people that are coming in through the Skyliner, they're going to Remy's.
Yeah.
So both Jamel and I were really hurting by the time that we got to Frozen, because that is a long. We were booking it because we were
See,
easily like, we were like third or fourth in line.
yeah, and here's the thing: like, if they let you run, we wouldn't be as hurt, but
Mhm.
we had to speed walk, so
Yeah,
shins
it
were
hurt.
hurting, and I'm
It
like, why
hurt.
can't we just take off?
Mhm.
You know?
Can we just jog it out?
But we
Yeah.
did, we started with Frozen, rope drop Frozen, and then we went over and did Soren. Jamel loved Soren so much that we got off and did it again before the
Nice.
park even opened. And we waited to sit in B row two, so that way we could be center of the screen. So always a top ride. And then most of the morning we focused on the back of the front of the park. Um, so I think after Soren, I think it was pretty much time for us to go hit Guardians. So we went over to Guardians. Um, always, always the best ride at Disney. Like
Yes,
every time, like it was just. Uh,
it's amazing.
Yes.
um,
What
Absolutely.
song did you
then-
get?
I don't remember. I had the
Oh.
flu.
That's accurate.
That's just gonna be my excuse.
Got it.
Blame
But
it
yeah,
on
we
the
did.
flu. Blame it
We
on the
did.
flu.
We did. Living with the Land. We did the Seas with Nemo and Friends. We did the Moana area. We did Spaceship Earth. We pretty much did that whole area. The only thing we didn't
Did y'all do Figment?
no, and I'm super sad. It just kind of didn't work out.
Yeah.
And we didn't do Mission Space because just no.
The flu.
I don't do that one anyway.
No,
Yeah.
I could be perfectly healthy, and I'm not stepping foot on Mission Space again.
Yeah, I don't do that one either.
And then most of the afternoon, really all of the afternoon, was just the countries. Just walking around all the countries. Getting to check out that stuff. And then we had enough time in the evening to where we could just spend some time shopping on our last day over the creation shop. I think, like I mentioned on one of the episodes before, when we talked about the new Spaceship Earth uh,
Lounge.
a lounge.
Geo
There's some
82.
great chairs right outside that area. Back before they took the trees out, because apparently the views are more important. We just got to chill out in the chairs and just kind of listen to the music and just kind of chill the evening before we went over and saw Luminous, and then that was a wrap.
Jamel, what
Nice.
did you
I
think
wanna-
about Guardians? Oops, sorry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
What was the
What did you
question?
think about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, best ride period. Just throughout the 4 parks.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Just very immersive. I mean, it was smooth. I like all the stuff that I don't. Well, I guess it's not really a spoiler anyway. But you see the Celestials and or one Celestial. It was really great. And then getting you in, just kind of explaining everything and how you are part of it. It was great. I will say, if you eat though before that, I'm just saying that may be a bad
Don't
idea.
eat,
We
yeah.
didn't, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that'd be a bad idea. I think.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it hands down is number one.
Yeah, I can't do that, Red. No way.
Really?
Is that because
Yeah,
it spins
no.
or is because it's in the dark?
You're not a coaster
the
person at
spin-
all?
I'm a coaster person, but I just get insanely motion sick.
Oh,
So I get motion sick too. And so I was very afraid of the ride, but I did it. So I take boning before I'd go there and ride that.
Mhm.
However, when we went in May, I guess I forgot to take it, and I was okay. I didn't get sick at all. So I mean, I'm not trying to encourage you, and then you go and get
No,
sick,
yeah.
but I do get motion sickness a lot. But I would say, I love the ride so much that I would probably sacrifice, and even if I got a little sick, but because it's not spinning the entire time.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you get a little bit of a break or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've ridden it once.
Oh, you
and-
have. So you got to.
Yeah. And I for anybody out there, I use the patches that you put behind your ear.
Mm.
So I used the patch and I loaded up on Dramamine before I rode it. And it
Oh,
just still rocked.
Still
me.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, at least you got to experience it though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll try and do it again whenever I can, I guess. I want to head over to the chat. It looks like we got a couple questions from Amanda. She said, "Did you see any changes that you didn't like?" I think she's more focused on Magic Kingdom because she says, "I hate that Liberty and Frontierland are getting revamped."
They haven't made any of the changes yet.
Right.
Especially like Yeah, I mean, Muppets is probably the first change that we're gonna see, just because that they just announced the close of you know we'll see Tom Sawyer's Island close next month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll really be the first thing that we see. I will say it wasn't great to see a giant crane hovering above Thunder Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain. But that was probably, I wouldn't consider that one of
Yeah.
the changes. I think it'll be a while before. I think it'll probably be. I want to say probably a couple more months before we start seeing any of the big changes that Disney's got coming their way.
Yeah, for sure. Back to Epcot. Any good foods? Any good eats?
We did lunch at La Cantina Hacienda.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always a favorite.
Oh,
Really
okay.
great food. Love the. I love going there, especially because you get a little bit of Mexico without having to go over.
Oh yeah.
Sit
One of the restaurants.
at the table service. We did lunch there. We did go get. I'm going to say this out. I think we all pronounce it incorrectly. La Croquets or whatever, the ice cream sandwiches over at the France Pavilion.
Hmm.
That
Um,
was good.
we did do that. I think that was really it. I don't think we got any other snacks. Um, and then dinner was over in Germany. At which that point I was really feeling it. Like I barely ate anything in Germany.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was feeling it at that point. Like it was the flu was like right knocking on the door and was like ready to kick me out and make me miserable.
See,
Were
and it's
y'all at
wild
beer
to me
garden or just a
because
quick
that whole
service?
time I kept washing my hands. I'm taking emergency every,
Yeah, well,
I
me
really did because
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I naturally do that when I go on long trips to go speaking or just hang out or whatever. I'm always taking one at the beginning, the middle, and I really do in the end. Or if I don't do the beginning, I'll do middle and the end because because you're always doing something. I don't know. Anyway, so
What's
yeah,
What's
go ahead.
crazy is like Jamel can attest. I used hand sanitizer the whole trip. Like I
Hmm.
had hand sanitizer. I had Clorox wipes. Like nonsense.
Maybe it was there before and just hadn't come out yet. Like maybe
Maybe.
you were
Yeah. It
exposed
was
at
dormant.
home.
I'm just glad it
Yeah.
didn't hit Monday because that would have been a really rough week and I would have been
Oh
super
yeah.
salty. But no, we did eat dinner at Beer Garden, which is one of
Yeah.
my favorites. It could have been the flu, but I wasn't super impressed this time. Um, the food was a little bit on the colder side. The food just wasn't as fresh to me. Some of the food wasn't. But I mean, you're gonna get that when you go to a buffet. Um,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
bound to happen. But I mean, the experience and the vibe that you get from Germany and Beer Garden is always one of my favorites.
Sweet.
Gotcha.
What was your highlight from Epcot, Jamel? Other than Guardians being amazing.
And Soren being great. I think for me is just the overall look and experience because Epcot is pretty,
Hmm.
especially during the time of, like you said, the Flower Festival, about correct, going on. The music, I like the selection outdoors, visiting the different countries. I think overall it's just a great experience. I really do. To me, I'll say early or now is that Epcot is definitely number one. Like
Mm.
it checks every box.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
Epcot
Over Animal
is
Kingdom?
Animal
No
Kingdom.
way.
You know what?
suck it, Animal Kingdom.
It was a tight race with Animal Kingdom at the start of Epcot. I was like, but I got to see it
Yeah.
more to be able. And I'm like, yeah, like Animal Kingdom is probably a notch or two under because I really do love Animal Kingdom. It's a notch or two underneath Epcot, but Epcot definitely's got the number one spot.
That's what I
Yeah.
like to hear. See, this
If
is
Fred
why we're
wasn't here,
best
would you still
friends.
say that? Yeah.
That's why you're best
Leave
friends.
Fred
Yeah.
out of the equation, and would you still say it?
No, I really would. Because honestly, because when we came in, like I knew how I felt about Hollywood, and I think he could tell I was already like, man, this is. I didn't like it when I first got there, but I feel like I wanted to be like, oh yeah, But I'm like, nah. And I think he could tell when I got into Epcot, I was like, hey, can we slow down and enjoy some of these things? He's like, well, let's get this first, and then we can go ahead. And when we did that, I
And
was
just
like,
relax. Yeah.
this is just great. So yeah. Even if he wasn't here, it'd still be Epcot 1 and Animal 2.
Did you guys get to ride the Skyliner or no?
No.
No.
I thought of ways, and I was just like, that's just gonna be too much work.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think the big burning question is, Jamelle, would you do it again?
I would not go at this pace, but I could go again. Absolutely.
It,
I don't
Like
blame
it
you.
it's a
if it was
that pace is that's not even a pace I like going. Like
right.
that was we have 4 days, 4
For
tickets.
sure.
We gotta get it all in.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I definitely would go again. It would definitely be probably one park. And then well, it depends. Like if it's Epcot, I would split that into 2 days. I agree with him on that. I would split that in 2 days. If it's Animal Kingdom, I would do that with Epcot. You know what I mean? Like it's either I don't know how I don't know how it work, but I would definitely do those two. So I would do it again with those two being the premier ones I'd go to.
Yeah.
I would
Makes
absolutely
sense.
do it again. But I think we all know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of do the same thing. And every time, especially when my husband and I go, we're like, okay, let's just make it like kind of a chill trip. But then we get there and then we just like, oh, let's do
It's
the
never
like we'll do
chill.
three parks in the same day. Or, we never take a chill time. So
I will tell you, like after my September trip, like I mean, every trip going that I went before, like it was 5 days. We get there on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're in park. Saturday, you leave. Like that.
yeah.
That is the Disney trip that I was essentially raised on. But now having gone and gotten in the break days and the resort days and the half days,
Yeah.
like that's
You
the
gotta have
Disney
them.
life for me. Like in the days where you sleep in and like it's cool to rope drop, but like I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't like. It's not fun to go to bed at 11 and then wake up at 6 and do it again.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah. We
not.
never
Like
do open to close anymore.
it's definitely an experience that you have to experience. Like at some point, I feel like, but
Yeah.
absolutely. Like if you're gonna do Disney, take the time, do the half days, do the midday naps. Don't like. There's no need to try to get it all in as quickly as you possibly can, if you have that
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
our trip in September, I think we've now got 2 off days, maybe 3, and I'm honestly looking forward to like
Yeah.
just hanging out at the pool with the kids because the boys are 6
Yeah.
and 7, so like they're
Yeah.
probably gonna look more forward to the pool than the parks for the most part.
Yeah. And
So
like getting,
Yeah.
waking up when you wake up and, going over to a different resort to get breakfast and then
yeah,
coming
yep,
back and doing,
Yeah.
swim time, like, and doing
Movies
resort
under the
activities.
stars
Like,
and
there's
yeah.
so much to do at the resorts. Like,
yep.
whether it's meeting characters or doing an arts and crafts thing or trivia with the cast members. Like, there really is so much to do. Like, it's called Walt Disney World Resort for a reason because there's so much to
Yeah.
do outside of the parks.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
I also
Fun
have to
stuff.
I also, before we wrap up, have to give a quick shout out to Advent Health. Like they were fabulous. Also, one of the things I didn't know, and this was after I paid for an Uber to get there, there's an Advent Health that's right outside of Disney Springs, and they actually have a free shuttle service. So if anything does happen while you're on your trip and you need to go to an urgent care, they will actually come pick
They'll
you
take
up
it.
from your resort for free, take you to be seen, and then they'll transport you back to your resort.
Oh wow.
So
That's
good
sweet.
thing to know if you ever get sick at Disney, which hopefully it never happens. Slash buy travel insurance because that is the sole purpose. Like
Yeah.
if you get sick at the beginning of your trip, that's what travel insurance is there for. Like to reimburse you for the days that you missed. Like strongly
Yeah.
recommend travel
Definitely.
insurance. But yeah, that's just my
Yep.
little quip. Shout out to Advent Health. Like one of us said,
Sweet.
y'all were fabulous. They
Yeah.
thought I was gonna die because like my blood pressure was like through the roof, and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, why? They're like, your blood pressure is like 200 right now. And I was like, I don't
Oh gosh, scary.
Nice. Got to keep it interesting.
know. Probably all the Celsius
Yeah.
I had throughout the week.
Fred.
They're healthy,
Oh.
okay?
They are not.
They don't. Listen, you wouldn't know. It's fine. You've never had a Celsius.
I drink them all the
I
time.
actually
They're
I
great.
have.
They're
So,
good.
funny
They're
story.
not bad. They're not. The caffeine is not good for you, but the rest of it is.
So Olivia, so Josh didn't want her to have an energy drink. So she's like, Mom, they have these drinks. They're called Celsius, and it's just like a vitamin drink. So I'm like, okay. So she got one. I took a sip. I'm like, oh, this is good. So I got one, and I'm drinking it. And then one day she's like, oh, somebody, we were talking about it at work, and they were like, yeah, that's an energy drink. And I'm like, no, it's not. So I looked it up, and I'm like,
It's a pre-workout.
and she had just bought a pack of them to take them with her to cheer camp last year. So I was like, Olivia, do not pack those. Those are energy drinks. You're going to get in trouble.
It's a
'Cause she's not supposed to
pre-workout.
have energy
That's essentially what it is. It's a pre-workout.
Yeah, I had
Like,
no idea.
Yeah.
So we was like, yeah, don't drink those, Olivia.
Except they don't have all the stuff that like monsters have in them or bangs.
Right. It is a
or-
better version.
It is a much better version. I will say it's not healthy for you. Don't drink energy drinks.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on topic.
It would have been great if you had one on your table and you would have took a sip of it. That would have been great.
All right, Jamelle, favorite restaurant? I gotta know.
Liberty for sure.
Yes. God, I knew we
Hands
were
down.
meant to be best friends.
Hands down. Hands down.
Favorite park?
Ain't nothing
Epcot,
close.
favorite restaurants? Liberty Tree Tavern. Man, this is.
I think this is gonna work out for you guys.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I
we've
think
been
we'll
at
be
it.
fine.
For,
I think-
we've been at it for 14 years. So if it wasn't meant to be
Yeah.
at this point, I feel like we would.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have been stopped.
Sweet.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Awesome. Great job. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We always love having guests on.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, getting to do a trip report with someone who's experienced it for the first time is always great to get a new perspective and maybe hear some things that we hadn't thought of. So
Yeah.
Loved sharing your journey with you.
And I appreciate you having me on for sure. I really do.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What are we next week? Is your trip report, right, Lori?
Yes, I am.
No one, you
so
can't go
excited.
into it yet because last week you gave us a little teaser and the teaser turned out to be like this long. So
I'm not
I
going to
need
go
you
into
to hold it
We're
in.
just going to say I can't help it. Yeah. So next week we're talking Epic Universe,
yes.
and now I've gotten to go for 3 days. So I really have. No, I did. Yeah,
No,
twice.
Twice. Yeah.
2 trips, 3
days,
visits.
yeah.
So we have lots of stuff to share. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So I will work this week on sending you all my pictures and videos and stuff. So that way you'll have some stuff to share. Yeah, fun stuff. Can't wait.
Yeah. So yep. So next week is Lori's trip report on Epic Universe, and then the week after is going back to me, all about me this month, and Disneyland. So
Yes.
at that point, it will have been like 2 months since I went to Disneyland. So hopefully I remember it all. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, I just went to Epic and I'm like, this week, I'm like, I need to go take some notes. So that way I say the right stuff.
Yeah. Any last words before I close out our super long episode?
No.
Nope, not for me.
All right.
Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's
Trust
almost
me, I
11
know. I'm
o'clock.
feeling it. Jamelle, again, thank you for coming on. I know you didn't really have a choice, but thank you for saying yes. It is a blessing to get to do life with you, and I'm super glad we got to go to Disney. And so, thank you for coming on the podcast to just kind of share your experience with us.
Hey, love you, fam. Appreciate it, man.
Okay, so with that being said, thank you for joining us. We had quite a bit of viewers on tonight, so that was super cool just to get to have you guys on. So again, definitely thank you for joining us this evening. We love having all of you guys to go on this adventure with us. So please make sure you're sharing our content with your friends and your family. Come on the episode. Ask us some questions. We love getting to interact with you guys and answer the questions that you have. So please definitely keep doing that. With that being said, there are a couple of different ways that you can reach out to us here at Going Beyond the Castle. First and foremost is our website. We do have a website where you can find everything that is and was and always has been Going Beyond the Castle. whether it's our video episodes, our audio episodes, our blog, current discounts going on at the parks, and even going beyond the castle merch. So definitely go check that out, www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. For a quick and easy way to find us on social media and anywhere to listen to us is our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/ going beyond the castle. And then, of course, we have an email if you'd like to reach out to us at our email, whether it's to ask questions or recommend a podcast episode topic. Whatever it is, definitely reach out to us. info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. And so, with that being said, again, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you guys sticking it out for us for our super long episode. Go ahead and expect the same exact thing next week because
Yes.
Lori likes to talk about Epic Universe. So it's
Yes,
gonna
I
happen.
do.
I don't blame her. I'm not
I
mad
don't
about
We
it.
might have to
Not-
do. We might have to do part 1 and part 2.
Nope, you get one part. You get one.
Yeah, one
part.
shot.
One shot.
Okay. I got
All right. With that being said, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait for it.